Hi Libras, how are you? It's Leonore. Welcome to Soul Searching Tarot. For those who view me for the first time, welcome. I do integrate astrology as well as tarot card reads and spiritual messages. Today, Libra, I am working on your general tarot card reads. If you're looking for your love reads, I already worked on all 12 zodiac signs. They're out there. Okay, you can go and look back. It will be there. It's timeless. I don't timestamp my readings, so you're more than welcome to look back. If the title resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh God, Libra, I'm sorry. My concentration right now is a little off. I'm not sure why. I don't know if some of you feel that way, or maybe the person you're dealing with is feeling that way. I mean, granted, I do talk slow, but nevertheless, my concentration is breaking. All right. What I wanted to say is I'm going to get into the meditation session before I say anything else. Because your house, your seventh house, is in your planet. So Venus right now is in Libra, which is fine. It's amazing. It's perfect. It's all about interpersonal relationships. Now, that could go bad or, good, ugly. Because interpersonal relationship can mean anything. Your boss, your family member, your lover, your enemy, your frenemies. Anyway, nevertheless, even though it means all those things, that's fine. But with you, Libra, in my meditation session, my guides wanted me to point out that you really need to connect with your ancestors, because that is another form of interpersonal relationships. And I know some of you are like, well, they're dead. and yeah. There's something, though, Libras, that my guides wanted me to tell you this, because I feel like for some of you, you may be lost in your journey or in your path of life. You may be going through the dark night of the soul. If it's not you, it's someone you know. Okay, because it doesn't, just because Venus is in its home sign doesn't mean it's just affecting Libra, not at all whatsoever. But I think because Neptune is affecting a lot of the energy going on here on Earth, in the collective and in the cosmos, but mostly here on Earth with the collectives. It's something about Neptune, my loves, your ancestors, your past life. But forget about your past life. I really hope I could get a past life reading here from here in this reading that I'm about to do for you. I don't know why I want to do that, but just FYI, I do have past life readings. I do them. I do past life regressions, past life recap. Okay. All the information is in the description box. All right. I charge by person. So $25 per person. If it's just you, it's $25. If it's two people, it's $50. Okay. So there is something about your past life. There is something about your ancestors that my guides, my spirit guides, specifically because of the energy in the cosmos, with Neptune being the biggest influence in your house. For some reason, it's pointing to your house that you need to connect with. Again, some of you may be wanting to know your journey in life. Like, what is it that I'm here to do? And if you already figured that out and you're happy in the path that you're taking, or somewhat happy, then it's someone you know. And either way, it doesn't matter. You need to connect with your ancestors. Now, how do you do that? Well, of course, the most obvious way is through your family members, right? Your elderly, those that are still alive and somewhat coherent. Those are the best people to talk to when they're somewhat coherent. Meaning, they're really old. They're in their late 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s. I love talking to older people. And because they have so much knowledge of the world. And And I say somewhat coherent because, you know, at that age, their minds do start to deteriorate, but they could tell you basically anything. Even if you don't ask for it, all of a sudden they're telling you something about what happened in 1935, and you're like, really? But yeah, I would connect with, you know, your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, your great aunts, your aunts. It just doesn't matter. You know, your older cousins. They somebody has information. You know, and I know sometimes you may run into family members that don't even want to deal with the past. They're like, I don't. You know what? I don't want to deal with that side of the family, or I don't want to deal with that person because of the hang-ups they have with them. And if you run into that problem, you know, unfortunately, they have to set their ego aside, right? I hope that doesn't stop you, however, from still digging into your history, into your family tree. And I'm not talking about blood work. I mean, not blood work, saliva, DNA. You know, you could do that. I would suggest for some of you, please go do that as well. If you can't do it by connecting with other family members, maybe for some of you it would be great to have a DNA ancestry test kit. Oh God, I hope I'm saying that right. I did one many years ago, and I know you're supposed to put your saliva in this little container, this little plastic container, and send it out, and then they'll email you with the region that your family is from, your bloodline, from where your family is from, in parts of the world. For me, when I send it out, you know, I'm Dominican 100%. And I say that because I was born in Puerto Rico, and people are like, when I tell people where I'm born, they're like, well, you're Puerto Rican, and I'm like, no, I'm not Puerto Rican. I am Dominican because my blood has Dominican blood in it. My entire family is Dominican, and you know, I go into this big argument or disagreement, and they're like, no, you know, if you're Canadian and you were born in Germany, then you're a German, and I'm like, how does that make sense? But anyway, it's I go through that constantly, but nevertheless, I did take a DNA ancestry history, and I found out that obviously my roots, the biggest percentage of my family roots did come from Africa, specifically in the Congo area and around one other area in Africa. Also Portuguese and the peninsula area, which is now Italy, Spain specifically. Also, I found out that I have like a small percentage of Native American roots inside of me, in my blood DNA, and Middle Eastern, which is not surprising. I mean that between the peninsula, which is now Spain, and Africa, right in the middle of it is the Middle East. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. So I would suggest you do that. That's just a message for you, okay? All right. Before I get started with your reading, I also want to let you know one more thing. Please join me live on Sundays. I'm starting a weekly message, a miniature reading for all the zodiac signs, Aries through Pisces. All right. So these mini reads will include your weekly forecast. It would include your current energy. I'll have advice for the week. And also I'll pull like one oracle card to see what's affecting your energy for the week as well. Okay. I will be doing this every Sunday. I don't have a time frame. I am very bad with time, awful with time. So just hit the notification bell if you want to catch me live. Obviously, you could always catch it later. So yeah, that's it. Let's get started. All right. I'm going to be using my Edgar Allan Poe today with you, and I'm going to clarify with my African American Tarot. Let's get started. All right. First spread, Six of Cups, Queen of Wands, and Knight of Wands. Hold on, folks. I need my son to just lower his laptop volume really quick. His teacher has a really loud, deep voice. It's pretty sexy, but it's also annoying in my videos. Sorry, my darling Libras. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. You may be dealing with a fire sign. Scorpio is here prominently, but fire sign, which is Aries fire. I'm sorry. Aries fire. Aries, I don't know. Aries and Scorpio is huge here. But anyway, Aries, Leo, Sag. If that means anything to you, it doesn't have to be. I am so prompted and so gravitated to do a past life reading for you, my loves, and I don't know why. And I'm already getting it. And because it's this, look what's the first card out, the Six of Cups. Like, how do I move on to a general read after looking at this first card? My word. And just look at it. I mean, and we're talking about, in my Edgar Allan Poe, it's Edgar and his beloved Annabelle, who he lost from tuberculosis, or back then they call it the Red Death. So he lost a lot of, not a lot, but he lost a few good women in his life from tuberculosis. He called it the Red Death in a lot of his stories. But he was in love with her, and they were really good friends, as well as, married partners. And then you see like the angels over here. It's like, it's almost as if in this depiction, they're about to take his Annabelle away. And she does die. Edgar lived a very sad life. If anybody's familiar with Edgar Allan Poe and his history, amazing literature writer. The Raven is one of his popular stories. So I have here the Queen of Wands. This is an older figure, but what's going on here? So I do sense anger. There is some type of anger that has to do with the past, regret, with all these three energies. All right, so I feel like someone lost a Queen of Wands. Interesting, because I want to say my Queen of Wands is the Annabelle depiction, Annabelle Lee depiction, that I was just talking about, how Edgar was in love with her and he lost her to tuberculosis. But in this case, it's not that someone died. It's someone lost a relationship with the Queen of Wands. Someone that's very attracted to you. It's this Knight of Wands, okay? This Knight of Wands is angry, as you could see, not doing very well. Vice versa, if it's vice versa. They're not doing well. You might have lived with this person. I'm sure you had your share of arguments and disagreements in the home. If you didn't live with this person, you still had your share of arguments and disagreements. Nevertheless, you're not together. You're not together with these energies. Okay, let's see. Let's find out why. So I have here Ace of Cups, the Sun. No, sorry, my bad. The Lovers. The Lovers. The Sun is so like... good. The sun is so glaring. And okay, there we go. All right. this is oh God, Gemini, Jesus, Gemini, and the Tower, the Lovers. This is interesting. This is an interesting combo. I'm not gonna lie. Ace of Cups with the Lovers in the Tower. I feel like I just feel like I've never felt this energy combo. This is a lost. Again, a loss of a relationship, okay? Now, someone left the relationship. Maybe someone fell out of love or there's no love. Maybe someone went towards someone else that they really truly love instead of you, vice versa. You know, maybe you left your partner, or you left whoever it is that was interested in you or that you were with for a while for someone else. Could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Scorpio is very prominent in this reading so far, as well as Aries, Scorpio and Aries. But Gemini is here, if that means anything to you. Now, with the Tower, that's the interesting part here. This is a divine connection. Interesting. A divine connection. So I don't know who you're divinely connected to, my loves. If it's an ex or a current lover. I just started the reading. But why is the Ace of Cups in the reverse? It's a lost. There's a lost here. Almost as if somebody just realized how much they truly love you. You know, like that realization, like, I'm in love with this person. Like, truly in love with this person. This could be a divine soulmate of yours, Libra. And maybe you knew that, that this person was divinely made for you. But they didn't. They didn't. But newsflash, now you're doing your own thing. You're into yourself. This could be also a karmic partner, I sense, big time as well. Only because my Ace of Cups is in the reverse. It's just that someone is not in love anymore. There's no love given by someone. This is a one-way street now. When before you were giving, it's like it flipped. Before you were giving the love, you were the nurturer, the protector, the glue to the family or to the relationship. And now you're not, okay? So this person realized that the importance of the relationship, the importance of you, and how you affected their lives, especially their soul. You affected their soul. Interesting. Like you woke them up from being, I want to say, toxic. Some of them may be aggressive. I don't know if that's a characteristic of theirs, but I sense someone here does have some type of physical aggression problem, or they lose their temper quickly with the Tower. All right, let's keep on. King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Emperor. Okay. All right, let me tell you what I feel. Someone's in a relationship right here. Someone's in a very committed relationship. But there's another energy outside of this committed relationship that's affecting the committed relationship. And this external energy that's affecting the committed relationship is one, a rift between your current relationship, or maybe you're the rift to your ex's current relationship. There was this is husband. Okay, I'm looking at this and this is husband or wife, but it doesn't have to be that title, nevertheless, commitment to the fullest. It doesn't get any more commitment than this. With the Hierophant, okay, so I got the Emperor, Hierophant, King of Swords. These are, this is a very spiritual, divine union sent from the gods and the goddesses above. And I'm not making fun of it. I'm serious. I mean, for crying out loud, look, just please look at the depiction of my Six of Cups. All right. The depiction of the lovers in my African American tarot. Okay, very divine. I don't know, Libras, if you're still with this in this commitment. Someone here is a business owner. Yeah. Someone here is a business owner with the King of Swords and the Emperor. You may be public communicators, speakers. You deal with the public. You have some type of service business that you have to deal with people face to face. Some of you are spiritual, very spiritual people. With all these three energies, actually. Hierophant, Emperor, King of Swords. I sense that some of you get messages from, like, how tarot readers are always like spirit guides. You have your spirit guides. Yeah, you have spirit guides and ancestors. This is what I mean. This is the message I was being sent to tell you. There's an ancestor here also with the Hierophant. There's an ancestor that is your spirit guide. Could be a father figure, a forefather. I sense strongly, or a woman with a lot of masculinity. But an ancestor, someone that passed. Masculine. When I say masculine, it's masculine energy. So masculine. So there's 4 elements in astrology: fire, water, air, earth. So earth and water are feminine energies. Okay. So fire. Yeah. Take a deep breath, Leonore. Let's start with water element. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Those are feminine energies in your chart, in your birth chart. Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Those are feminine energies in your birth chart. So these are feminine energy. You're displaying feminine energy because the element of earth and water are feminine. Then there's fire and air signs. Fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, masculine energy. And then there's air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, masculine energy. So when you hear people say masculine and feminine energy, it really doesn't matter because we all embody feminine and masculine energy if you know your birth chart. If you don't know your birth chart, I do have a link real quick, if you want to know, because I think it's something people should really know. There is a link on my About page. Just go to my About page. You'll see birth natal chart. And you have to put in the time that you were born and obviously where you were born for time zone reasons. If you don't know the time that you were born, that's fine. Just put it anyway. Put you don't know, unknown time, but put in the birth date and where you were born, because that's another way to start as far as the journey and your path and the blueprint of who you are. The rising sign, your sun sign, your moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, these are your personalities, your personality, your soul, your ego. Did I mention the moon? Yeah, the moon sign. And then we have the North Node. The North Node is there for to see what you're here to conquer in life, your conquest, your journey. The outer planets like Jupiter, Saturn, also journey in life. Okay. And also what you've been, believe it or not, astrologers will tell you with the Uranus and Neptune, especially that placement, they could tell you what happened to you in your past life, your karma. So astrologers are great to hire. You need to hire an astrologer if you really want to get to the nitty gritty of your birth chart. They could map it out and explain it to you in detail. They charge about $300 to $600, but it's worth it. A good seasoned astrologer is worth paying that money. But otherwise, the second best route is that link that I just told you, Cafe Astrology. Go straight to it. If you don't know the time you were born, that's fine. You know, if you know the hour, at least within the hour, it doesn't have to be an exact time, but if within the hour, that's okay. Just put in that hour. Because it will give you the North Node and the rising. If you don't put the time, that's okay. Just don't go by your rising sign, which is I like to call the alter ego. And the North Node, don't go by your North Node, because those two placements will be wrong, okay? Because you didn't put the time. But you'll get everything else. There's more to this energy here that I'm going to just leave for now. To clarify it, 4 of Swords, 8 of Wands, and 8 of Cups. Okay, I'll get back to that energy. There is something more to it. I just want to see what's around it because it's right in the center of my reading. There is someone that's miscommunicating, or better yet, not communicating their feelings. Some of them are lying about their feelings, or being a trickster, being passive aggressive. So when I see my 4 of Swords, the energy I feel here is someone that wants to tell you how they feel. My 8 of Wands, unfortunately, was in the reverse with the 4 of Swords. So this person may not be healed from whatever it is that they need to be healed from. I don't know what that may be. I sense a lot of things. I don't think it's just one thing. I think you are just a piece of the puzzle. Okay, this may be you that needs some healing. There's healing that needs to be done, specifically the throat chakra, with the swords, 4 swords, and the 8 of Wands. It's something about not wanting or can't express feelings with my 8 of Cups. Something that might have happened with you and this person in the past, where someone walked away from the relationship. And closure, big time. Okay, there we go. Bingo. Closure. That's what this means. There's no closure. That's exactly what that means. For whatever reason that may be, I sense for a few reasons. I mean, it could stem from they don't know how to communicate their feelings because it's because of some type of traumatic event that happened to them in their youth. You know, it affected them. And maybe they was just born that way. Maybe their placement in Mercury or their Saturn placement is in Gemini. Um, oh God, I don't mean to laugh. But it happens, like, there are placements in your birth chart that affects your personality. That's what I'm talking about. But for this person, I don't think it's too much of their birth chart. I think it's just other aspects that happen to them in their personal. It's not their personality. It's more of their. It could be some type of karma. I do sense some type of karma with the Eight of Wands. They could have came to this lifetime, not learning or just being exposed to not communicating emotions well. So they might have gone through some type of trauma. It might be their past relationships. It could be, I even sense for some of them, they just have a mommy or daddy issues. And that could be a big part of communicating. Maybe they saw their parents not communicating. So they think that's the easy fix-it solution, not to talk about feelings or process or acknowledge other people's feelings. All right, last spread. I have here the Queen of Swords. So I have the King and the Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups, and then the World. Interesting how the World came out. All right. See, there is a divine partnership here. Because there's a true partner, pair with the King and Queen of Swords. I'm talking to people. Let me tell you what sign stands out to me. Whether it helps you or not, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Gemini, Aries, and any air sign, as well as Scorpio. If that means anything to you, you are not with this person. Okay, the King and the Queen of Swords is my Six of Cups and my Lovers. You're not with this person. If you are, there's a rift going on between you two. That's on shaky ground with the Tower. Very shaky ground. Now, I got the Ten of Cups in the World in the reverse. This person wants to come back to you. Yeah. They want to come back to you. They realize that without your love, without your nurture, and listen, if you see a depiction of a man or a woman in my cards, I'm not talking to a specific gender. It's just all energies. They miss this love. See how she's pouring that water in that stream or river, that peaceful, nurturing. Some of you may be very intuitive. Love. I mean, for crying out loud, the Lovers with the Tower that's strong. This is too strong of a love. Way too strong. I know some of you are like, what's wrong with that, Leonore? Nothing. it's just out of this world type of love, right? Nothing's wrong with it. There's more to the story that's not in this 3D world. Do you understand? So I'm trying to get rid of the 3D world, the 3D world story, so that I can really dig into my 5D situation. Okay. But nevertheless, yeah, this person wants to come back to you and share a home like they used to. There is no home right now. I almost sense that their karma was to lose you. Yeah. Last clarifier, Ace of Swords, King of Swords again, and Ten of Cups. No, this is Ten of Pentacles, my bad. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this person's going to approach you to ask to marry you. Oh, Libras. And I don't know if you want this. This is the thing. There's too many reversals. Like, okay, yes, this is someone from the past that you were with. A soulmate. There's no doubt about it. Okay, and I'm saying soulmate, and I'm putting it really mildly. This person wants to marry you. I don't know if you already were married to this person. This person's coming. I don't know if they already told you they want to marry you. I got my Ace of Swords, King of Swords again, Ten of Pentacles. You may have a child in common with this person. They might have put you in a third-party energy with this woman behind the tree, you know, like... So you may have a child in common with this person, or they just may have children in common with someone else. Nevertheless, they might have put you in a third-party situation. Not for all of you. This is hand in marriage. Do you understand? I can't. There's, and if you're married to this person, they don't want a divorce. Not with my King of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. They're not trying to sign papers if you're married to this person. If you're not married to this person, they're going to ask for your hand in marriage. When I see my Ace of Swords, I just see a judge, lawyer, paperwork. But the thing is that this person has problems communicating. So if there's no closure, so it's like something happened. Okay, something happened that caused a big rift. Okay, a breakup. Let's just put it plain and simple. A breakup between you two, right? You moved on. I think you're okay with your life. But they had a tower moment and realized that you're it. You're the one that they want, and that they should have just stayed with. They shouldn't have gone anywhere else. There's no love anywhere else. But it's like you were their comfort. I sense for a lot of them, they were very comfortable with you, codependent even. But yet they want to go from here to here without acknowledging this. Interesting. Let's go into your past life, because it's here. I was just trying to move past the reading. All right, this is interesting because I've never done this before, my loves. Not that I have never read past life. I just never did one reading where the first part was your regular general tarot card read. And I had to read the second part has a past life. But I'm going to do it because that's how I opened up my video with you, because of my meditation session. So things don't happen as a coincidence. So you know this person from a past life. I'm not sure if I already said that to you. This is a divine partner that you've known from past previous life, okay? Soulmate. I don't want to say twin flames. I'm not going to go there with you because that's not the energy I'm picking up. Soulmate. This person has anger issue. Either you or this person. Either you or this person or both of you had anger issues. Okay? Now, I want you to look at this very clearly. This is your past life with this person. I got a orangutan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You see how he's in the home, upset, screaming, out of control. And my Queen of Wands, like, she looks amazing, she's beautiful, but if you look really closely, she's missing one eye. As if she was punched in the eye. So domestic abuse is what I sense from past life. It could have trickled down. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are like, you know what, it trickled down to this lifetime. That energy is very strong. This person has some type of clear obsession with you. They may not even know why they're obsessed with you. Or better yet, you may not even know why you have such a strong, energetic pull towards this person. But it stems from your past life. Now, in your current life, I don't know what's going on in your current life. You know, this could be the parent of your child. So that's a strong energetic pull to begin with. You brought a child into this world. Okay? This child picked both of you to be their parents. You know, these children. Nevertheless, you have an energetic pull here. But I do sense someone is obsessed with the other. They stalk you. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them already verbally abused you in the past, or in this in this lifetime. With my King of Swords, Four of Swords, and Eight of Wands, verbal, mean, very mean with the King of Swords. This person could get really nasty. And it's healing. They need healing. You know, you see how he's going up the staircase, but he's looking down. So to me, when I look at this picture, it's like you can't even evolve or ascend as a human being, or you know, in your spirit form, because you're too busy looking back at what? What is it that you're looking back at? Is it something that you can't get over? Is it something that happened in your childhood? There's something very low vibrational about this person, unfortunately. And I just keep sensing throat chakra needs to be healed. Like they want to say so much, but they've kept it inside for so long that now it's just like they could fool people if they want to fool people. It's easy for them. They may feel one way and it's really another way, but you would never know because they have this mask. This is actually a great depiction. Eight of Wands. See how he has a mask on? You know, you can't tell what he really wants to say because he has a mask on. This could stem from father issues. Okay, so some of you may have had daddy issues in your youth. Okay. All right. So I'm sorry. I know I'm going back and forth with past and the current energy, but this is all tied together. It's all tied together. Yeah, there's a strong father figure energy that also was in their past life, and if it's not them, it's you. Okay, you take the story as it resonates. They might have gone through divorce as little in this past lifetime, so they might have gone through some type of divorce with their parents. It did not go well for them as a child. So their parents always argued, you know, in this lifetime, somebody's parents always argued. There was a divorce, and this is your person, maybe even you, in the middle, not happy. This could have been part of your trauma or their trauma. But nevertheless, again, it still trickles down into this lifetime. In the past, they had a very controlling father. A masculine, somebody very masculine. Doesn't have to be a father, it could be a mother, or a mother figure, a father figure. Very controlling. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them need to control their lives. They need to control their lives and other people's lives. Because otherwise they won't feel like they belong in a home. With the Ten of Cups. With my Ten of Cups, it's like almost as if, you see how she's alone? Usually with the Ten of Cups, it's like a whole bunch of people together having a party or an event, you know, a family. But she's alone gardening. And then there's this person like in the background, like just, I don't know what they're just walking by. Probably up to no good. Like I sense like their entire life as well as their past life, there was always a separation in their family. There was never and listen, there's separations happen in family constantly. So this is not new. This person comes from a history, including past life history, that trickles down because it's ancestors, generational. Let's just say generational, of separation in the family. So your relationship with this person didn't work out because of their generational pattern in the home. Because that's what they're used to with the World card here. This is Saturn. This is karma. So their karma in this lifetime was to keep you. Saturn sent someone who would be there for the long haul. Saturn sent you. Vice versa if it's vice versa. They sent you, an angel, to be in this person's life. Okay? As awful as it was for them in their youth, and in generational patterns or events, they were giving the gift of you to break that generational curse. Let's just say curse. But instead of ascending or evolving their souls with those four swords in the reverse, they descended. They're low vibe. Okay? They didn't get the memo from Saturn. Okay? They just didn't get the memo from Saturn. And that's okay. We never get memos from Saturn anyway. But that's the curse. That is the lesson And listen, if you want to be with this person, and give it one more roundabout, that's up to you. Okay, it is at this point free will, from what I see. If you want to move on with this person, because they are really serious about marrying you, they really are. I just don't know if you want to deal with it though, because I mean, I do sense there's still going to be lingering energies around baggage, right? I mean, okay, granted, a lot of relationships come with baggage, but this person has baggage. Are you willing to deal with that? Besides the love, let's look at it at a very logical sense. Libras, your air signs. Let's look at it logically. Okay, love is love, and that's amazing. But love fucked this relationship up in the first place. So now let's talk about the bigger issues that you don't want to talk about. Okay, let's process. Let's acknowledge before we move on to see the judge or a lawyer or whatever the case may be. All right. At the bottom of the deck, I do see the Hermit, Virgo energy, if that means anything to you. I'm not going to take away from this person. This person has evolved in some shape, form, or other. Not 100%. And I think a lot has to do with their baggage. They're not going to admit to their baggage. They don't want to acknowledge other people's emotions and feelings. They don't want to even touch the past. They want to move forward, and that's fine. But there's no healing then. So they've done the work, but not really. Not really. All right, and then at the bottom of the deck, I also see my 4 cups in the reverse with the child and the cub. It's, to me, this is healing that needs to be done because of childhood and generational patterns. All right, my loves. If you need a private reading, my email is in the description box. Love you. Bye.